Hey guys, it is back here at Go for Games. We are having our first ever season wrap up for the Blood on the Bayou Vampire Rivals League. And I am joined here by our league winner, Prince Lucida, aka Alexis. She is the voice of the La Sombra Prince that is now newly crowned for season 2. I also have next to me Trey, the voice of Lady Noir, the Torador socialite, and of course our newest player. This is Gabby, the voice of Persephone, the Thin Blood neonate. Finally, myself, of course, I'm the gangrel person, Arik, who is desperately trying to find some purpose in life. But yeah, thank you so much for being here and taking some time out to watch this. First off, we want to talk about some of the story. If you guys didn't get a chance to figure out all the stuff that's going on, or maybe it's just too much to read because there's a lot of text. But Prince Lucita, Alexis, you've been here with us since the beginning.
Yep.
And we did start with Prince Michael of Clan Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
He was the crown prince for the city of New Orleans, and he ruled with a deviousness and a callousness kind of unmatched by a lot of others. But he did keep some sort of peace until he basically turned his back on the gangrel. So after he sent the Second Inquisition after the gangrel and tried to have the gangrel executed by them, they seceded from the Ivory Tower and kind of like did their own thing. During this time, the La Sombra came into power and had a lot more say in things. They definitely challenged the prince. They worked politically, they worked physically, they took territory, they schemed and planned, but never actually got the prince down. After that, you had Clan Hakata. They did a bunch of weird kind of quiet things off to the side, especially with the city morgue, and did a lot of things that furthered their agenda, but we still don't know exactly what was going on with that. We had a new sheriff that was named, that was Baron Cemetier of Clan Nosferatu. They fought hard and politicked themselves into gaining power and favor with the Ivory Tower. Let's see, who else? We had, of course, Lady Noir.
Yes.
Lady Noir came in as the Torador socialite, and she had a big coming out party. That was really awesome.
It was real fun.
It was a great party.
Throwing out the whole entire red carpet, inviting every single person so I could even just say hello, introduce myself to the prince, and it went really well, you know.
Fun fact, a little behind the scenes thing, we had the ceremony at the BK Burgard house, and some of our players thought we are actually meeting at the Burgard mansion.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, do I need to dress up for this thing? Like, no, this is only in our Discord,
I think it was Mike. I think Mike probably.
Yeah, and we had a couple of people like, hey, is this really going to be a thing? Like, no, it's only on the Discord. So that was really a lot of fun. So you had a lot of people come out for that one.
I'm glad. It was a really big event. It's really Noir was really like a for me at the very least a start to the turning of the ages for us to be really involved in this upcoming drama, and like the start of everything to be fresh and new.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the party, especially the invitations that you doled out to everybody. It was a really nice touch.
No, it was cool, and like everybody kind of organically fell like into it, which was really
yes. There were a lot of people even who, even if they didn't have time to participate, or like their character didn't feel like they could participate, a lot of them were still like hiding in the shadows, kind of thing. But they were still they still made their presence known to be there, and that they were watching and they were listening. And of course, I met all the players. It was my first time actually RPing with everybody, and I got to have a great time and meet everybody, dance with our new prince, who wasn't crowned quite yet, but alliances were made. It was great.
And then we also had a couple of other things that happened. We definitely had a really interesting bit of RP that happened after your kind of coming out party.
Yes.
So we actually had an unfortunate death in our story. The Prince Michael of Clan Tremere, died in our story. Somehow, mysteriously, his haven was set on fire, and then he held court to tell all of the players that, you know, I'm too difficult to kill. Like, you tried once, but you failed. That was really interesting. His body was charred and destroyed.
It was a really gruesome
image.
Prince Michael did a great job with describing the whole entire scene and it being very gruesome. I know he actually takes his time out of his day to sort of plan out all of his RPs. He never comes in like just whenever I come in, I'll always just like immediately I'm typing away, I'm doing my thing, you know. I'm on the fly. I have to do things as is. Prince Michael will sit there and write out whole pages of conversation that he thinks that, you know, will happen, that may not happen, and he'll copy paste it and change up some stuff. And we had that conversation today, and it was wild to hear that. But
oh yeah, it was a lot of planning and effort in it.
Yes, the detail that went into that was wild.
But yeah, in our storyline, Prince Michael, you know, had this kind of meeting of all the kindred to tell him that, you know, he was too difficult to kill. You know, things may have gone south, but he's still in power. And then a couple nights later, his body is found beheaded in the Mississippi River. His head is never found, and the seneschal, who's played by Bill, our organizer for the event, it's like, oh no, my friend that has seen me through centuries of troubles and you know. Different things is gone, and I don't know how to deal with that. And we had a lot of really great role-playing threads that went through the kind of the emotions of Prince Michael being dispatched like that. And then all of a sudden we had the Baron Leon of the Anarch States show up, and that was a big explosion.
If we're gonna talk about noir being like the turn of everything, Baron Leon was the explosion, mind the pun, the explosion of what was to come. Because as soon as Baron Leon comes, we get this huge court bombing.
He literally blows up the courthouse in downtown New Orleans,
and it is the biggest entrance ever, and it really marks the movement into our season 2.
Oh, absolutely. And then, of course, this is kind of the lead up to what's going to be the big story in season 2.
Yep.
The season 2 story is kind of forming up to be the Camarilla, the Ivory Tower, versus the Anarch Free States. They're kind of both vying for power to see who's going to be the leader of New Orleans. And of course, that brings in Persephone, played by Gabby. She is a thin blood, which is one of our first in the city, and she is definitely in the Anarch court. So how has that been for you playing that role?
I was really nervous, honestly.
We couldn't tell.
Oh, not at all. Not every text being nervously. But, no, I mean, like, it's the first time that I've ever done anything like this, and I kind of jumped in at a really chaotic moment of, like, the Baron being, like, the most hated person.
But Persephone has immediately taken the Baron's side. Right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Immediately taken the Baron's side.
Also, you are the illegitimate child of the former prince.
Yeah, over that. That's a big detail.
That's a big detail.
Yeah.
So Persephone is actually the illegitimate child of the Tremere prince, former Tremere prince, and and you're a thin blood, so like you didn't like get the job done apparently.
It's a big. So I haven't been playing Vampire that long, so I don't know a lot of like the lore and whatnot. I've been learning a little bit, but having a half blood as a
not a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah.
It's
So,
like
Even
even
like
like
a stain on his record now.
yeah.
No.
He's
Rip,
dead, right?
One
Rip Prince
other way.
Michael, but staying on your record, bro.
But speaking of Prince Michael, we also before that also had our prince.
Yeah.
Actually, our new prince take the throne.
I did.
And congratulations on that
Thank
as
you.
well. You took the throne. Did you have any pushback on that though?
I did at first with one of the fellow Sombras, played by Jake. And I think it was mostly just for politicking as far as where his pushback came, but once the voting came in, I mean,
Yeah, well, you know.
his fate was sealed.
I mean,
Respectfully.
of all the clan La Sombra characters, you and Jake. We also have Teagle here. This is Teagle. He's playing the La Sombra elder.
He couldn't be here in person.
Couldn't be here in person.
Person.
This is Arik, kind of, sorta. This was from Saturnalia. I'm just saying. All right, big props to those guys. But
Papa
no,
Teagues.
as far as the La Sombra goes, like you definitely like as a clan, you guys really kind of grouped together and really did a lot of work together. Like you even had a plan on like how to take Prince Michael down in like 3 phases.
A
and
big
stuff.
fan.
What was it like? What was it like to kind of like role play those scenes with them?
It was interesting. I mean, I've never really taken on such a big role as far as role playing goes before, so this was an interesting take on that. And then working with them and Teagle having the most experience out of all 3 of us as far as Vampire Rivals goes and knowing the lore behind it was interesting. And I mean, Jake made it easy though. But he knew how to work as far as like politicking words go. Like he knew how to use the bigger words than I do. I just used my fists of fury. But I mean, it was fun though. Like planning it out, like we really did mesh well together as far as like working together and trying to come up with ideas on how to go about this, how to go about this battle. If you do this, then I can help you with that, and just working together. Like we would tell each other where our spaces were. Like if my plan was to go to one spot on the board, they would tell me, "Hey, I'm there. Unless you want to have like a fit, we just stay away from that spot." And I was like, okay. Or we would give each other information. It was really nice. We worked really well together.
Well, that's really awesome. What about for season 2? Now that we're kind of rolling everything, winding everything down, let's start with Prince Lucita. What is your maybe a teaser of what is your plan for the future of New Orleans for season 2?
My plan is to unite all the kindred together against the Anarchs. Because we, as the Camarilla so far that I've been in power with, we have not done any needless killing. And this Anarch Baron has come in and has a blood trail behind him, full of kindred. And my goal is to unite all kindred that our previous prince could not do in a way that he didn't maybe think of, which is to listen and hear out our kindreds, especially the Gangrels. And Hakata has never been heard from before. And with this new thin blood child, I would hope to maybe take her under my wing.
Oh, okay.
That's
So let's ask Persephone's character. Like Gabby, what do you feel Persephone is going to do? Being someone who's firmly in the Anarch camp right now, what do you think is going to happen for Persephone in season 2?
I mean, Persephone's definitely on the Baron side, like the Anarch side, because I mean that's kind of the only thing she's ever known in the city. She's listened to the old regime of like kind of have to stay hidden because her existence wasn't supposed to be public knowledge. And so she's definitely hurt by the current system. However, as people do, they eventually branch out to something new.
You've made contacts with Noir already to not necessarily take anyone's side one way or another, but to sort of see where you are accepted.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting, coming to the psychopath.
Yeah.
To say the least.
The chaos bringer.
Yeah.
I mean,
first, but
does Persephone have a good judge of character? Truly.
says no.
But that's a really good segue. Like,
Yeah.
so let's talk about Lady Noir. Lady Noir is a agent of chaos.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
So what do you think is Noir's motivations for season 2?
Well, I think I was telling you a couple of days ago, Noir has this big plot that I really want to move forward with this, but everything has just been so spicy, so like, so big, so ready that like, the plot that I came into this with has sort of devolved into me following everything else that is going on. So we've had, and Prince Michael, I have to go back to this, ex-Prince Michael has gone back on his word against Noir, and there's a little tidbit in there that if you go back and read, you'll see that I won't say out loud. But Prince Michael went back on a deal, and he paid handsomely for that price. So we're hoping now that Lucida has taken the crown, that we will sort of we'll get that story that I've made up a little bit pushed forward.
Mm-hmm.
If not now, maybe next season. But right now, I believe Noir is going to kind of be a chaos agent. She's going to try and play one side and fiddle with the other, and Noir's whole entire thing is light and dark, keeping the balance between the two, playing both sides, trying to make sure that no one really has more power than the other, because if they have more power than the other, they destroy the other. And then if there's only one side, what's the fun in that?
Well, I have to say, everything that I've read or interacted with Lady Noir has always been both attractive and super dangerous.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Anyways, guys, it has been a wild season 1, and we are looking forward to an even better season 2. We have new players joining us almost every week. We have 1 or 2 extra players, and you can join in all the fun only here at our Go for Game Discord. You can either play the Rivals card game with us, or you can just RP in our channel. The best way to do it is definitely check the link, which will magically appear somewhere in this area, and join our Discord and find out all the fun of Season 2. Coming soon. We should see it in about a week. So looking forward to it all. I can't wait to get the game with you guys some more.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you everybody for taking the time out tonight to be here. And also big kudos to our tech, Robert. He's behind the scenes. But thank you so much for getting this all together. It was a show just to put this all together. But still, guys, once again, every time you want to find out more about our Go for Games and things what's going on here, please check our socials. You can check the link tree. You can check our Discord. And yeah, we're looking forward to season 2, and I hope to see you guys all there. So until then, catch you later. Bye!
Go for games!
Go for Games!
One thing we did not mention, though, was the death of the Seneschal. A dear friend to the Prince Lucida, an old friend. His death was quite emotional for the prince, and she felt the entire thing happen. Like, from the, if you read into the RPs, it was from the stabbing into his hands and feet to the very feeling of his own flesh burning. So this was quite a death for the scene. And now, for my character Lucida, now she's in search of a new Seneschal. So this will be something to come up within season 2 that you'll just have to check out through Go for Games.